Well, hello guys. Today we wanted to do a review of the Theiaudio Monarch mk4. I know some of y'all asking me in Headfire, when is the review coming? I've been busy lately, but here it is, man. This is the Monarch Mark 4. It has two Sonian ESTs and 6 balanced armatures and then 2 DDs. And I know in the unboxing I said 1 DD. Turns out this has 2 DDs. And this is $1,300 with the custom face plates. I believe it's called the butterflies. And mostly been using this DAB, the High BR8 Pro version 2. It's an amazing DAB, with this IM. First of all, the sound and the build quality. Let's go over the build quality first. The build quality is top notch, actually. It feels good in ear. I don't get fatigued, but the shells are on the larger side. So if you're used to smaller shells, this is, my ears are big and I think like these are like way too big. They even like stick a little bit out more than my custom IMs, which is ridiculous, because you see how long and deep that nozzle go. It's really deep, but I don't think it would be an issue for female ears. Like I wouldn't even recommend, because these are just way too huge. The metal feels good. It feels good that it's built out of metal. It feels clean. It feels like it will last for a long time. So the build quality is nice. Cable color though is not great. I mean, if you see, I just don't get the choice of choosing like this kind of like it's a weird color, to be honest with you. I'm not really liking, the color. I know black would have been more like fit for this IM. It's really genuinely, it's a great IM. If you're in the market looking for something that would sound natural, sound good, give you that total sound, give you that excitement on a go, it's an amazing IM. And it requires a lot of burn-in though, because the first month I got it, I'm like, man, this is like just not really good. It's just like, it needs a lot of burn-in. It's just more than normal. And I think I put like around like 80 hours on this, I think. And I think still like needed more. But right now is an acceptable level. I think it sounds amazing. It's very natural. Despite having 2 DDs, I don't think this is a bass head level of bass. Though I feel like, the bass muds a little bit of some of the smaller, finer details through the mids. Vocals, are central. They're not vocal forward. If you love, like forward vocals a little bit, this is not the IM for you. But I think the vocal are fine where they sit. It has great details, great extension. Generally, would be great for individuals who want to upgrade from, let's say, IMs that sit in like 500 or below 1K, because I feel like this IM is better than a lot of IMs that's like, go for 2K even more. Like, the Clara, Astrolith, so many IMs, U12T, I think. And all of these comparisons are based on memory. But I think this sounds better than all of those IMs. But if you're somebody who's used to a lot of expensive IMs like the Grind Maestro, Radon 6, like those expensive IMs will offer much better like, sound quality, in terms of clarity. As of recent, the Grind Maestro Anniversary Edition is just like has tons of details, tons of clarity, vocals are great. It will offer something that you probably could get close with something like the Monarch mk4. And I'm not saying if you even listen to those total IMs, because if you listen to something like for a couple of hours, or like a show, or like at a store, you're not gonna like pick up the differences right away. Like, you need some brain burn in. But if you have lived with total IMs for a long time, I don't think the Monarch mk4 will like knock your socks off, like where you feeling like, man, this is ridiculous. Because it's amazing, and what it could do is great, but in my opinion, it still is not, in the level of Radeon 6. Radeon 6 feels a total upgrade, because Radeon 6 would have more bass and still will have more details. Like, how are you gonna have more bass and still have better vocals and better details? And that's what I feel with the Radeon 6, where here I felt like, the highs not given enough energy or sparkle, where it is giving you that last bit of like, detail, the small nuances, that micro detail. If you're a detail freak, then probably this is not going to be for you. But if you're looking for a natural all-rounder that is not aggressive, this is definitely not a V-shaped. And depending on the volume, if you're gonna like, listen at a higher volume, then yes, it may be aggressive. And also one thing is, if you use a very high power dabs, I think it just gets too much. I think the best to use is mid-range dabs, where you enjoying the music and it doesn't saturate this IM. I actually looked into this. I was like looking for reviews and other reviewers talking about this thing, and I looked at one channel. I forgot the name of the channel, but shout out to Andy, I'll link his channel. He was describing something that if you give this IM more power, it will saturate it and it will sound, really not good. And I couldn't agree more. This is like when I was testing it, that's what I felt like. And he confirmed that for me, like don't give it so much power. I actually love this with the HiBR 6 Pro version 2 more than the HiBR 8 version 2. So it sounded good. It was something that I listened to at work on a go. It sounds amazing. It's giving you that details. You listen to hip hop, you listen to rock, everything sounds good. One thing on this is just the stage is fantastic, has good, depth and amazing width, and it just sounds really, really good. And I just wished a little bit of more details and highs would have been, very good for this IM. But as I said, depending on the source, depending on the tonality, depending on the music, I think this is an end game for most people. You shouldn't be paying for more than this. I think this will satisfy anybody. For me, it would have been my end game if I didn't listen to these other IMs. So, but given diminishing return and other aspects, I think, this would be something that you could get today and then be happy 5 years on without any you're not going to be missing anything, honestly. And a dab like this would power this, to satisfactory level where you're happy. The sound will be amazing. It has enough depth, good layers and separation. My only concern with this IM or issue that I faced, I felt like at times it felt like it lacked coherency. It's just like it felt like so many drivers that are disjointed. They're not working together to give you an immersive sound. And that's what it felt. I was like, is it, and definitely with the burn in more, that became less of an issue. But I just wanted to note that out there. It just like felt a little bit not like as coherent as the other IAMs that I've mentioned. Like the Grindmeister has a lot of drivers and it has an amazing bass and a lot of bass, but it's textured and it's very technical without being boring. And it's like, crazy. This, I wouldn't say it feels, dry, because this is not dry, but it's like, I wouldn't even say it's boring. It's because it does a lot of things correct and well. And for the price, it's a steal. It's just like, for me, is the two things: is the fit, the heavy cable with the color, and I don't think this would scale with like, desktop amps and things of that sort. So, but with these, issues, or with these, probably challenges that I faced, I think it still is a great IEM, and I would give it a good rating. My scale of rating out of 16, I would still give this like, let's say a 12 or 11 out of 16. It's a good IEM. It sounds amazing. If you want something to upgrade your gear this year, maybe on a discount, you could get this without the custom faceplate. If you can get it on a discount, I think it's worth it. It sounds amazing. You could really be one and done, and I'm not really sure how this fares against the Top Pro. I will try to get the Top Pro. If I sell this and get the Top Pro, I will let you guys know, because honestly, I'm moving away from IEMs, and there are two dabs that I want to try before I retire from the hobby. This is the Theiaudio R8 Pro version 2, the newer version, the 2025 version that just came out. I want to try that. And I want to try the Theiaudio RS8 version 2 as well. And I think after I try those and decide to, try them, hopefully in CanJam Dubai this coming December, then it will be really exciting for me. But yeah, man, other than that, I think it's a great IEM if you're looking for a natural sound that is not aggressive, that is not boring, that has a character of total IEMs. And I think it is a total IEM, but it's not like in a league of IEMs that are in a 5K, but that's a too much money, almost like 5 times. The Grindmeister Anniversary Edition costs 5 times as this, and I think it's just, that's way too much for like, earphones. But it is what it is. If you have money, then you go for the top dogs. But if you want something that is, I think, reasonably priced, and also with a discount, you could get something more, fantastic. I don't think a lot of IEMs would compete with this, especially around the 1K to 2K region. I think a lot of IEMs would fail to go against this. I'm not really sure. I haven't listened to a lot of things that sit in the 2K region. Usually I have things that either below 500 or things that are just 3K and above. So it's just kind of have a gap right there. But yeah, it's a great IEM. If you've been thinking about it to pull the trigger, I think it's good. It has amazing drivers. Like it's a great IEM. But if you care about tons of details, it has enough details. But if you care also about vocals and the forwardness of the vocals, then I don't think this has that type of sound. It's more of a laid back, let's have fun and chill IEM than, something that would be aggressive, like a Radon 6 would have you that upper mid-range crazy energy. And this is more like tucking down, the aggressiveness of the highs, and it's not, and it's apparent because you don't get like those aggressive vocals or shouty vocals, but you do get a decent bass that is dynamic, great separation and layering, just enough to make the sound, interesting to keep listening to this IEM. And yeah, I'm really, astonished, and I think it's a great IEM. And yeah, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section. I will try to answer them. And also, you could hit me up at HeadFi. I know some of you do. Ask me specific questions about this dApp. And yeah, see you in the next one.